Welcome to the New York City Police Department. Um, we are here to give you examples of what a police officer will do. This is basically a training since we cannot afford a division. Many people are lazy and all that stuff. And in this video, we will follow everything that you have to know about New York City Police Department. This video will be designed for being realistic, fair, and enjoyable for roleplay while remaining complain to the Roblox terms of service and several roles. And this will mean that most of the IRL stuff will not be found in the NYPD. Most of the divisions will not be found in NYPD. Some roles will not be found in NYPD because of the Roblox terms of service and several roles. Um, Most of the stuff that we will show in this video will be common knowledge. Most of the people have to know this already if you apply to the NYPD, since it's common knowledge. This is the team that will work on the video. Shout out to them. They will be promoted for the whole video right here. And yeah, let's just get to the um, values of the department. Okay, so this will be the building for the NYPD. It's the whitelisted team, which means that we are a part of the whitelisted uh department, and here you join. You see everybody here. This dude is playing Clash Royale. We have guards here, and everything seems really chill. So right now I want to talk about the main missions of the NYPD. First one, always it has to be the protecting civilians players, which means that you most of the time have to be in the briefing room here. You'll have to sit on a chair, have to see what the commissioner, the person that makes the deployment, has to say about the new de deployment. So most of the deployments are promotional, so you'll get promoted every what's it called, deployment, and that's awesome. Another mission for the NYPD, it's the fact that we have to enforce law. Of course, everybody that breaks the laws and everybody that you know just it's a really bad player will have to be in jail, and just to keep things safe, man. It's just cool to see the server running smoothly, and people will have to just sit and not be aware of somebody just coming to kill them because PD got their day. So the core values of the NYPD, it's the integrity, respect, teamwork, accountability, and common sense. The last one, it's the most important one because you don't want to argue with somebody that doesn't have common sense. That's the worst thing that will happen to you. Okay, but since we are here, we can talk about the uniforms and how you have to have a professional appearance since we are a professional department. Here we have the locker. You can find it in the whitelisted team only, since we are only playing in the whitelisted team. You go down, or you go here to uniforms. You scroll all the way down, not all the way down, but you scroll until you find NYPD, right? You have NYPD standard uniform, which you have to wear while you are a probationary officer, detective uniform, sergeant, I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say this, bro. I give up. Captain, deputy inspector, deputy chief, assistant chief, chief of department, emergency situation unit, and another detective uniform, but this one is a suit, so it's mostly like, cool. And the fire marshals, which are for the fire department, and fire marshal formal. These two we don't really use them because we cannot. We don't have a partnership with fire department yet. So yeah, these are the uniforms. The uniforms are for sure with your rank. If you are a probationary officer, if you're a third grade, a second grade, and a first grade, you will have the NYPD standard uniform. And if you get into the divisions that like are like, for an example, detective uniform, you will have access to this only by applying to the division, right? Emergency situation unit, response, or whatever, it's the same. You have to apply so you can use it. You have to be in the NYPD first, so you have to be a probationary officer at the least, so you can have access to apply to the divisions. There are other divisions too, but you can find them if you apply. Yeah. Alright, so in this part of the tutorial, we'll show you how to apply Miranda rights when you arrest a suspect or you question a suspect. Here we have Mr. Stone, Mr. Copa getting to the um, they make basically a pullover, right? As a police officer, you can pull over somebody for either being a suspect or either being a person that has a warrant. If you go to the database and you find his username, his plates, his car description, you can pull him over if he has a warrant and you arrest him. But you actually go in what's it called? You can pull somebody over just because you want to make a welfare check, which means that you can basically pull somebody over and just search their car and search their license and just make sure that the streets are safe, because you never know what kind of people are walking around on the highway or streets or whatever. And we see that they are here. It pulled they got out, and Mr. Stone here is going to search their car, while Mr. Cuba here will be the person that searches the database for anything bad. Usually they just check in the MDT like stuff, the description of the car, they put in the license plates, and they will find if they are wanted or no. So we can see that Mr. Stone here is checking the trunk. It's making progress with the pullover, and he finds an AR. As many people know, assault rifles are illegal in the state of New York City, which means Mr. Stone here has every right to detain either both of them or only the driver. Mr. Stone here doesn't really know which one has the gun, which one is the owner. That's why you will only arrest LAPD if they're the civilian here. And it will go to station. It will call for 32s, and the 32s will come here eventually. Actually, he will not call for 32s. Mr. Cuba will call for 32s, and he will be the one that get it, like assists the officer. Okay, so we can see here that the 32s are here, ready to take the suspect. Apparently, they are from Florida. Not know that in New York City it's illegal to have a firearm. That is no worries since they can either go to the police department, they are questioned there, and you know, maybe get off with a warning. But now Mr. Stone has every right to detain the person since he has to apply the rules and the laws and everything here. So we can see here that he's reading the Miranda rights, which are you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and it will be used against you in a court. You have the right to attorney. If you cannot afford one, it will be provided to you. Do you understand these rights? Um, Now he has to give the reason why he's being detained, and the reason that it's because they found the AR in the trunk, and ARs are illegal in the state of New York. And now they will just roll up, cool, and with no problem. He also said that he has a serial number and belongs to the Field National Guard base, which means that he can get off with a warning. But he still have to detain the man since you cannot just walk around with the AR in your trunk in the state of New York. Nobody can. You barely can even have a handgun on the state of New York, which is good because we have to keep everybody safe. So Mr. Danny here is taking the suspect. Here we can see Stone getting bribed. Okay. Um, well, this is most of the stuff that NYPD will do at a pullover. Mr. Cuba here is writing about the car, about the things that happened. This is usually what people with low ranks will do. So if you at the deployment and you hop in a car with the person that made the deployment, you'll usually sit here and just document everything until you will be ready to take actions yourself. It sounds boring, but hey, if you're alone, you can take actions yourself. But usually, if you're with somebody, you have to just take control of the um, situation. Let's get now to the other stuff. Okay, another scene for NYPD is that you usually find car crashes, and car crashes is not something that you really want to have. Why? Well, I will show you guys why. You can see that the NYPD is responding to the car crash since maybe people from the house they called the police for the call for the car crash, and we can see here that it will become a lot of chaos. Why? Because usually NYPD officers are not trained medically. All they can do is just either close the road, make sure that everything is alright, and just to keep things calm. They usually can just make sure that the person is still conscious. They can put bandages on the stuff. They can make sure that they will stop things and all that. Usually, they when you are at this type of scene, you will have to call the EMS. So the EMS will be the first thing that you will have to do. Why? Because they will need them to respond. So we can see here Mr. Danny calling for EMS, and calling the EMS will it's a crucial thing because it will save the life of the person in the car crash here. And on the car crash, you have to close the road, make sure that nobody comes near the car crash, and maybe you know, the car is about to explode and it will be in danger for other people. We can see here that the fire department EMS is at the scene. Mr. Dan is opening the road for them. EMS is at the scene. We can see that the person is, I think, conscious. I don't really saw anything. So they get the scrappler, they put the medical bags down, internal bleeding, possible fracture. So yeah, well, this is what you really have to do at a car crash. You call the EMS and EMS will come. They will. It's not even on a car crash. Basically, on every situation when you see somebody down. If you see somebody like um if you see somebody getting shot, your own officer, you call EMS. You do not have to do the medical stuff because we are not medical trained. We are only law trained. And we can see here EMS is taking the responsibility. The NYPD, that it was the first responders, do not have, they cannot get away. They have to follow the fire department paramedic car. Why? Because they're the first responders and they have to make sure that everything is alright till the end. Yeah, this is most of the stuff. Let's now get into the part. Okay, so in this part of the tutorial, we'll have to follow the fourth of the use of policy. I'm sorry. So now the NYPD officers got a call here about a disturbance, a person being violent and really, let's just say, crazy. And we can see the first responders arriving to the scene at the house. What they have to do now, since they are informed that the person will be violent, they will have to knock on the door. They will make sure that the person stays calm and not have any guns or what's it called? Any anything that can harm them, right? So we can see now that the suspect is out with a knife and they're getting closer to the police officer. Police officer shot them with blind shots. The other police officer will have to tase him, and he got tased. Now, the suspect is down since he got tased. He's getting cuffed, and he's getting detained for attempting murder because you guys saw that he went outside with a knife and he just run after the officers. Okay, so now they're calling for 32s. They will search him. They will read his rights, all that. We can see that the 32s are here. The 32s will have to wait for them to read their rights, and the 32s will eventually transport them to the police station and then to the police jail or jail, whatever. And now since they arrested them, the 32s will have to get them to jail. We got the EMS here making sure that the suspect is good after the tase, because well, usually after the tase, you know, it's a bit risky to be taken right to jail. We don't take any risks. The other officers, usually they will search the house. They will make sure that nobody's in the house. Nobody will be in danger. I think the house it's clear, but we have to make sure at any time. So we can see here going in, everything is good. The guy is getting detained. EMS is here. This is usually what a force of law, like the use of law of policy is. So there's 5 levels. The first level being the officer presence. The officers showed up. They are the first responders. Then the second one is the verbal commands. They told them to calm down. They told them to step out of them being calm. The fourth one is the taser that they used, and the fifth one, the last one, it's actually it's not the fifth one. It's the almost one. It's little force, and the last one is control and detain. So they control the scene, and they detained the officer. Not the officer, the suspect. I'm sorry. So yeah, well, this is it.